Hello my friend, welcome to my daily video. I'm Pat Sloan and this is October, what are we on? The 6th. Yes. So our topic for today is to clean it. And what are we going to clean today? We're going to clean your best friends in your that you have. These are very best friends in sewing, right? Your sewing machine. So not just down here in the bobbin area, which of course I think a lot of us clean fairly regularly, but today wipe down your best friend. Get like a dust, one of those anti-clingy, dust rags that, the dust stays on it. We have a bunch of those. But get in here and do, all like under the thread. How often do you clean that? Over here, if you've got a little tray like I do, clean the little tray. Then if you are in an insert area like this, oh my goodness, yes. Down under there is a lot of dirt. Even in this little ridge, there's dust. Dust. So we are going to clean your best friend today. Dust her off, or him if you have a boy. Just like if it's your boyfriend. So get it cleaned up. Nice and tidy, and that is your topic for today, your assignment, and that's all on the calendar. So if you haven't downloaded your calendar yet, the links are below to do that. Okay, so what do we have? Today is the last day of the Jelly Snowflake Sew Along round 2. We did one round in July, and then we just did a second round, and it's been fabulous because not only have a lot of you joined in for the second round because you didn't do the first, but a lot of you who couldn't complete the first got it completed. So I think for sew-alongs of a quilt like this size and these parts, it's kind of neat to do it a second time, because then people, it just gets the momentum going, right? Get your juices going. A lot of people made another one. Several made many of these because they're really pretty easy. One steps, the stars take a little bit longer, but in the scheme of things, not really that long. Okay, so let's take a look at mine. We're going to go up to the board again. We're going to do border talks again, because there you see the strips here. See those strips? We need to talk because I have to decide if I want to go any further with this. So I think you can see it pretty good. So I'm going to come over, and this is as it lives. This is as the pattern is written. And I do want to point out a few things, because some of you, when you're making it, it's easy to get things turned around, and what that does is it makes your snowflake unique, which is awesome, but sometimes it changes the results of the image, and you might be looking at it then and going, there's something wrong. It's off. It doesn't look quite like I was expecting. So the first thing you want to do is check that these units here are placed with the point coming in, so that that the line of that point is coming in like this. A lot of our friends have actually rotated that, so you've got this block of red stuck out on the outside, and that gives you a much different image of the snowflake. If you have a hard line out here, you're not getting that beautiful spray out like this. Okay, the other thing is that this border here, if you want the snowflake to really sparkle and sort of be floating, then this needs to be the same as the background. So sometimes people will put a darker or a different fabric here, and what that does is it doesn't let the ends of this last unit float, and then it blocks it in. So I would recommend that if you want that floating look, that you keep this first strip, this outer strip, which is the end of the pattern, the same as the background. And that is how the pattern's written. But a lot of people change it up, and that's really wonderful. Now you have there's different ways of handling sort of this unit in the middle. You'll see people that will color all of these parts. I kept it pretty much like the pattern, except that I put a dot, or a square rather, in the middle. But if you made like this unit here, these four, and made this a solid image, it gives a whole different look. And there's a lot of different images and ways that you can color this middle that'll change it out tremendously. Now, I originally wanted to put a light strip here and then another pink and then red binding. So that was my original thought. I went and laid this on I have a round dining room table. So I laid it on my round dining room table, and I thought, well, it really still it could stop because it's just going to be like more decorative there. But it could really use another border because it just kind of just hangs over just a little bit on the table. So then I thought, okay, let's take a look at the colors. So this is border talk. You know, how do you know? Like, I have some strips left from the jelly roll, if I could get them out here. So here is this is really light. So it has the deer on it, and that will give a very, very light image on the outside. And then I'm always going to bind it in red. Red, everything red. So there is a light image. And, you know, that's okay. It gives it a little bit personality, but I'm not very excited about that. It's not bad, but I think there isn't really much white in here, just those alternate squares. So I'm thinking, you know, it may not be the best option, even though it's darn cute. Now I have enough of these, because, you know, of fabric, extra fabric, so I could do these. So then I thought, well, what about the green plaid, which is, whoops, my chair's in the way, the green plaid. And I have enough of that to do. So let's see how the green plaid looks. There it is. And that's pretty nice because it pulls the greens from here to here to here. It pulls my eye all the way out. I probably even have enough to do green binding if I wanted to. But then I have to think, well, if I have the green, does it make it look, does it pull out too much green? And do I lose the red that's in there and the pinks? So the other option, I like it though. I like the green. I'm thinking though. So another option, of course, is red, everything red. And there is red. And red is super dynamic. It's always super dynamic. I don't think you can ever go wrong with red, but it's very strong. I actually could put the red on and maybe just end it. Put that red, put that same fabric, that Jingle Bell fabric with a border, with a binding rather, and then I could just end it like that. So there are some, I don't think I had any pinks. I have a Jingle Bell pink, but there's not a lot of contrast here, but I could audition the Jingle Bell pink and put it out there. I don't think it would add a tremendous amount. So if I did it, I might just put the pink and then a red border. So I'm interested to hear what you liked and how you thought through what you saw when I was doing that. And tell me, do you do this type of auditioning for your borders or for your blocks even? I mean, it is super powerful to be able to actually sort of see part of it. Then you need to take a photo, take your camera, take a photo, and look at it, because that gives you the distance, and that tells you a lot. Pretty much that's what sold me that the cream with the little reindeer was not going to do it, because it basically got lost. I mean, and when I took a photo, it just, and even in person, it's just sort of like, I mean, you can see it from a distance here. I mean, it just really, it didn't add any value to the quilt, and that's what I'm looking for. I want to add some value by putting that border on. But I could just stop. I could just end it with the pink, like the pattern, because it'll be just big enough for the table to hang off a little bit. All right, today is Morrison Park, stop number 8. I can't believe we're already in stop number 8. There's 11. We go to the 11th of October, which is 2 weeks, and I'm the ending day, and I have a little bit bigger prize on my day. So today's stop on the tour, you are going to be looking at Annie Unren of by Annie, and Annie's most known for bags and containers, things that that are 3D. So Annie is just an incredible teacher. So if you have wanted to make some totes or just baskets or bags, real purses and things like that, things that are a lot with a lot of detail, you can go from fairly simple to quite a bit of detail. Annie has the whole range, and her tutorials that she does with her videos are incredible. She is a great teacher, and she'll step you through it so that you can watch it and be super successful. She's also has lines of products that you use in these bags, such as the mesh and the zippers, but she also is the person who is the So Stable, the foamy stuff that you put inside to make them more professional and firm looking. It's much nicer than batting for a bag because it gives that firmness that you need on a bag to keep it from just flopping over. You want to make them look like you bought it at the store. It's like you just need a certain type of product, and so she is the creator of that product, which is really easy to work with. It's sort of like a thin foam, and it's not too dense, and it goes through your machine beautifully. You can quilt it, and so it's just wonderful. But it keeps everything very nicely done. So she's on the tour today with something that is not a quilt. Surprise! Annie's bag's not a quilt. But you will love meeting Annie. And here's a little known fact, or maybe it's well known, maybe she tells everybody, that she used to homestead as a young woman in Alaska. She did quite a few years, her and her husband, and I guess with their little children, up in Alaska. So she is I always call her the pioneer woman. She original one. She's done it all. She's just super amazing and so nice. Really, really nice. I love her. Okay. Let's take a look at some of my fabric from the Morrison Park, which is hitting your stores now. You can get it at the Thatch Quarter Shop with my link. But if your store ordered it, they should be getting their order in if it's not there already. But each of the fabrics in the line, I name them. And so yesterday I talked about why I named it Morrison Park. Now I'm going to show you, between now and the last day of the tour, I will show you the fabrics and what I named them. So each of the design elements. So this is the Master Garden. So every park, I think, should have a Master Garden. It probably has a whole set of Master Gardeners who take care of it too. So this is the main print because, it's a garden. You have to have flowers. And I think when I was working with the designs and the colors, this piece here was the one that was like, oh, okay, this is it. I was so excited. It just sparkles and it looks like a garden at nighttime. It's just my favorite piece. Don't tell the others. They get really upset. So here it is with a white background instead of black. This is black, and here it is with white. And then the Master Garden, I did a sort of red pink. And this is a kind of a rust color in the background, that red, and then the gold that I've used in the fabric line. And then that comes in white with a white background too, and with the pinks and the reds and sort of a little bit of a lavender here. Yes, that is it. That is the the Master Garden print for my Morrison Park fabric line. So you'll find all the links below. If you go over to my website, which is linked below, there will also be a picture of the snowflake on my dining room table. So I took a picture of that so you can see how it's laying there. Because my table is round, but I don't mind that it has four corners hanging over because I kind of like that effect. And so see what you think about needing another border. I'm pretty sure it does. It's a little skimpy the way it is. And all the links below to what I talked about. Clean your machine. And I thank you, Greg and I thank you so much for using our links to do your shopping, all your shopping, because it helps support our small family business. We love you. Mwah. We'll see you online.